Right, I've just got to do an audio test, so while I speak, I just need to turn the volume up on my phone and make sure that I'm audible and you can hear me. So if you're in the chat, let me know if that's the case. Give me a second, you can hear it in the background. One sec. Right, I've just got to do an audio. It still doesn't sound great on stream. Right, I don't know why it's doing this. I'm getting like loads of feedback, so let me see if I've got my noise suppression. Yeah, noise suppression filter's on. Let me try the different one. Right, give me a sec. Try that. While I speak, turn the phone. Right, test that, test that, test that. Can you not hear that stuff in the background, Mark? That actually sounds a little bit better. There's two filters available to use for noise suppression, so I'm using the second one, which apparently uses a bit more CPU, but I've got a overclocked 10600 CPU in this, so it should be able to handle it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a headset. It might be the headset. It might be. I don't know. But hopefully it's not too bad. In an ideal world, boys, I would have a microphone on like a boom. Because they're much better quality, but they're not cheap either. In fact, how much are they? Let's get on the internet and have a look. How much is a stream microphone? What I can spell. So I've got loads of crap in my way here. 70 quid for a basic one. For an Amazon special, but that's going to sound like a tin can being kicked down an alleyway. Yeah, you see, look at the 250 quid. 40 quid, to be fair, it's not bad. I mean, this is dollars, this is Yang money, but so double it basically, but yeah, I can't afford any of these. That don't look too bad though, it's not a bad option. Oh, fuck off. So, alright, let's give you some background music, just while we look at that. Right, so tonight then, we've got, let me just check that desktop audio is actually alright, give me a sec. Could actually do with turning that down a bit on that, so let me just go over that. There we go. So yeah, we've got Infinity GT Manufacturer Series tonight. Round number 3 for more topless. 2 races for you. I've just got the sprint, and I've got it right this time, Mark. It's a sprint, then it's the feature race. So we're going to start with a sprint race first, which is 15-16 minutes long. I believe you qualified for this one. Or, actually no you didn't, this is the reverse grid from last week, isn't it? Yeah, it looks familiar. I'm looking at it on another screen. So, yeah, we've got a reverse grid, 15-minute sprint. The results of the sprint will then set the grid for the feature race that we'll do, I think that's 40 minutes, I think it is. So about 22-23 laps or topless, something like that, so enough time. But we'll go through that when we get there, it's a bit more sensible rather than doing it now. So yeah, we'll jump over to the PlayStation. Got my keyboard, just in case it works tonight. Doesn't always work. Seems to be. Yeah, we'll jump over there. Right, and we'll see what's cracking on. Just shut the music up. I do like that music though. It's good tunes. Right, so Mark, if you're in the stream, mate, could you do me a favour and just let me know if the levels of the audio are good when we start the replay? Because I'm now taking audio from a different source and trying to extract it into this. So do let me know if it is off. So this is the grid then. We've got Infinity Graphics starting us on pole, total rows P2. Reverse grid, of course, from last week. You've got LFC Fan P3, Shell Shock in 4th. In fact, we'll do this. So this is Shell Shock in 4th. I was actually watching his stream a little bit when I was trying to fix mine, which wasn't going very well. So Shell Shock started 4th in the Viper, then it's Dart Clark P5 in the Citroen, P1 Don in the Chevrolet. We've got V-Show in the Subaru, P7, Richie P8 in the other Subaru, Fubuki rocking, ready to go in the other Corvette there, P9, then Bobby P10, first of the 2 Lexus in tonight. Then we've got Hirakram P11, he's in a fierce championship fight already, so he'll be looking to overthrow Tommy Concrete, who starts behind him in the sprint race, so he positions vital for Hirakram today. Toby in the McLaren, GT3 McLaren, not the strongest GT3 car out there, but round or topless should go well. Tommy Concrete then P13, he's the surprise package of season 7 so far, and then Fat Pickles Bro P14. So let's get this show on the road then. Cheers Mark, thanks mate, just let me know when revs start to build and all that stuff. Let's turn that off. Never like the play names. So it's quite a long run now to T1 then. Everyone seems to get away well. Some cars, i.e. the Citroens, will get better starts, and we've already got Dart Clark and Tommy Concrete at the back there looking up the inside of the Porsche here. We've got Total Rose leading us through. Shell Shock in the Viper's had a great start. He's got Infinity Graphics up his chuff with P1 Don now up into P3. Dart Clark and Richie fighting it away then for P5 with Fubuki not far behind him. Fubuki's poked out looking for a move there. Fubuki's actually going to try and make that move on Richie. We've got V-Show sideways. What happened to V-Show? So this is on board with V-Show. All good. Cheers, Mark. Thanks, mate. Thank you. I appreciate that. He just got caught short. Tapped his teammate, I think. Then got a little bit of a tag there from Tommy Concrete. Probably as it all started to bunch up. But they all survive. Fat Pickles were already have a great start. Here comes already up to P8 then in the Lexus. He's looking to make moves in this race, but it is still the 2 Dodge Vipers of Total Rose and Shell Shock leading the way. But P1 Don, and in this pack, definitely Dart Clark's going to want to put a stop to that. Infinity Graphics in the Porsche have changed from Ferrari. They'll be hoping to go back, and I do appreciate the massive low. Oh, that's a send! That's a send and a half. That is. Was that Dart Clark? Was that Tommy Concrete? I want to say that was Tommy Concrete. That was it, right? That was just lick the stamp and send that on it. Oh, it might have been Dart Clark. Yeah, it was. Look, you get a good view of it from here. So that, I mean, that's Moses and the Red Sea there for Tommy Concrete. 3 cars in one corner. P4 for him. Now this is nightmare scenario for Total Rose and Shell Shock. They were just hoping to escape away. And P1 Don there, and I do love that livery. It's a good looking car. But yeah, freeing Tommy Concrete up into P4 already. I mean, Hirocon is making great progress through. It's these boys that we're watching out for. Infinity Decals just goes a little bit too deep. That does allow Hirocon a nice easy pass then in the Lexus. We've got Richie making moves as well. Dart Clark in the other Citroen's gone backwards a little bit in this race. V-Show, who we saw sideways at the start of the lap. Bobby in the other Lexus then, battling away with Pickles at the moment, LFC Fan. And at the moment, holding firm against the Raging McLaren. Then we've got Fubuki 13. What's up to Fubuki? And we'll skip back forward again. Oh, he's off the track. Fubuki was running 7th. What happened to Fubuki? He just a little bit of contact there with Richie. Definitely couldn't tell if that was remotely purposeful or what, but that's Fubuki down in P13 with Toby then last in 14th place. He won't be there at the end, I can pretty much guarantee you that, but at the moment Total Rose then, the man with the plan, a race winner in this series of course, Total Rose leading the way in the Viper. Shell Shock there trying to break the toe. You can weave about, it's not really a major issue, just don't do it in braking zones and you're normally okay. Oh, a little bit of oversteer. I might come back to that subject in a little while. Tommy Concrete already right up to the back of P1 Don then with Hirocon in hot pursuit. top few drivers starting to break away a little bit. Infinity Graphics are starting to fall down. It's the windscreen wipers' fault, as promised. Richie trying just to stay with this pack, but he has got pressure then from Dark Clark. He needs Visho, and Visho is actually playing the team game here. Visho's putting Dark Clark under pressure. That's what he needs to do, just to help his teammate, just to escape the fold a little bit. Pickles, Bobby and LFC Fan and everyone at the back still as they are, basically still as they were, no changes there. We've got Tommy Concrete then already on the back of P1 Don with Heracram. Let's just jump on board with Heracram. Oh, he's got the logo on there, look, as well. So this is on board P5 Heracram. Don't forget, this is a sprint race, 15 minutes duration this one, so not a lot of time to make places. Heracram will be watching the race leaders just start to pull away the more he gets held up now. He's done the hard work already, of course, got through the pack, same as Tommy Concrete. These boys now trying to make their way on into the podium positions. If you hear some drinking, I am drinking tea at the same time. Lovely. So with them all giving each other slipstream, it's going to just make the overtake a little bit difficult then. It's going to be sent to the outside then as Tommy Concrete defends the inside line. Overtakes around the outside are possible here, but a cutback is probably a more realistic opportunity for the Lexus, which unfortunately on that occasion doesn't manage to make it happen. Richie then coming. Richie has got past Infinity Graphics. Can Dark Clark get past as well? He's going to try, side by side then they go. Space is given by both cars. Dark Clark up to P7 then. Infinity Graphics down to 8. Visho on his tail. And still unchanged here at the back. No changes to report so far, although it has just bunched up a little bit, so that might last. That might not last, sorry. I would probably expect to see some changes being made. Talking about changes being made, there's a fierce battle here for this P3 position. A little bit of a nudge there from Dawn. I think that was definitely accidental. Let's go back and have a look at that. Since I forgot to check if... yeah, it was just Don, just late on the brakes. That's all it was. Nothing dangerous. But again, that gives Tommy Concrete just a free run, really. On the back of Shell Shock. This is Shell Shock's view then. Now, Shell Shock will definitely want to play the team game and try and hold Tommy Concrete up so that Total Rose can get away. Total Rose isn't that far ahead though, unfortunately, and Tommy Concrete will want this pass ASAP. Heracram there in the background, still struggling to get past P1 Don. The Chevrolet is a big wide American boat, and the Lexus, given the fact it's a bit of a beast of a car itself, is just really struggling to get its way past. We have got some changes in the background there. We can just skip back a second and have a look and see what happened back here. What's happened? Right, it was just Visho getting past Infinity Graphics. Infinity Graphics are in the Porsche putting up a decent fight tonight. The other Porsche not able to make it. In fact, Pickles Bro just running on the grass a little bit. Let's go and check in on the action up front. We'll report back on this. It is Tommy Concrete. So it is France versus America. And a dive to the inside, then goes Tommy Concrete. Shell Shock not able to do too much about that. P1 Don still holding up Heracram. Then you got Dark Clark and Richie battling away then for that. My controller keeps reacting to things that I'm not doing. It's getting on my nerve. Dark Clark just about getting on top of Richie at the moment. How long can Total Rose hold on for at this pace? Which is fierce to say the least. As it's all kicking off here then, as we've got Heracram trying to get his way through. Past Don, he's just got to navigate Shell Shot now. Will this be a lick the stamp and send it moment down at the hairpin like so many passes tonight have been? Indeed it has been. Nice and tidy there on the apex by Heracram. P1 Don goes deep at the apex. What happened to P1 Don? We saw him making it. Has he got an issue with his car? Because we saw him a lap or two ago have braking problems. He tried to bail out with that, and it looks like, yeah, his inputs there didn't look right. That could be broken pedals. For P1 Don, unfortunately, that's stuck him right down the back of the grid now. And now has a clean one at Tommy Concrete. Tommy Concrete has a clean one at Total Rose. Let's check in on the rest of the field. We've got Shell Shock holding up for P4 at the moment with Dark Clark 5th, Richie 6th. V-Show now 7th, 3 of Bobby, who's got past Infinity Graphics. And we've got Toby, who's had a fantastic race so far. But, well, I say that is obviously since lap 1 he's had a fantastic race. Everything before that was probably nightmarish for the poor bloke. You know, P1 Don 11th, LFC Fan 12th, 13th now, because Fat Picklesborough has just made his way past with Fabuki still in that last place. So all the work to do then for the Chevrolet team in race 2, unless things change. We're halfway through. It is still Total Rose leading in 5 laps in. Tommy Concrete then P2, Huracan 3rd, Shell Shock 4th. Although Dark Clark is looking menacing now in the Citroen, he wants to change that. He's got a few laps to do it, but he has got Richie right up his chufter as well, so he doesn't need to take more time doing this than he has to. Or topless, you have to set your moves up a couple of corners in advance. You don't have too many big braking zones just to go for a full yeet down the inside. Just looking at what else we've got going on through the field. Still got battles all the way through the field then. As it's still Shell Shock defending for his life then against a horde of cars looking to get their way past Total Rose. Can he defend away Tommy Concrete? He's getting really close up here at the front. Managing it, he's doing a good job of it so far, to be fair, Total Rose. I will give you a disclaimer, I don't know the results of this race, but I know some events that happen because I'm in the group chat, so I can't not, unfortunately. Some view back from Total Rose's car then. Tommy Concrete looks to have got a really good run then out of that last corner. And he's going to be in a prime position to make an overtake. Total Rose doesn't put too much of a fight up against this one. He knows he's got another battle to fight in Huracan very soon after as well. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there. It's a big slide then for Total Rose, who's down from the lead of the race. And he's going to have to wait to rejoin, I think, because he's right on the racing line there. And he's trying to stay out of trouble, and unfortunately for him, that's P14 on last from leading the race, and a fair way back as well. But just to bring us up to current events, we've now got Tommy Concrete leading the sprint race. Huracan, though, fastest lap last time round. Definitely in the ascendancy as far as pace goes. He's all on him like a fat kid on a cupcake, and Huracan will be wanting this win. Even though it's reduced points for sprint races, there's still points, and they're still locked in a fierce championship battle. We've got Shell Shock then now with Richie on his tail. Just about surviving so far with Shell Shock, the other remaining Dodge. Toby though, credit's got to go to Toby so far in this race, because he's battled his way back through the pack. Yeah, P8 isn't going to give him much glory, but it's a very hard fought P8 so far. At least he's got another 4 minutes to go yet, and another 2 cars ahead of him fiercely fighting in V-Show and Bobby. And the other Subaru ahead is locked in a fight with Shell Shock. Shell Shock making him work for it though. Richie's going to have to try and sweep this one round the outside. He does that. Good move there by Richie. Gets that one made round the outside. Fortunately, his teammate's not able to do the same on Bobby. Shell Shock's going to look back there at Richie, but no move able to be made. We're looking like Toby's trying to get his way through Fabuki then. Another story. couple of laps ago he was right at the back of the grid. He's now P9. Don't get me wrong, a couple of people have had incidents. We've got P1 Don who's got his controller issues, Infinity Graphics, LFC fan, Fat Pickles Bro. I don't know what's happened to Fat Pickles Bro. I do apologise, Dave. I'm sure you don't mind me missing it. And then Total Rose, who we saw a lap or so ago, come off. What else we got going on? Toby's off. Up here to Toby. Did he just go deep at the hairpin? Oh yeah, very light on the brakes. And believe me, it looks like he tried to take Bobby out there. He actually tried to avoid Bobby. But if you want to see a brown trouser moment, we'll go on board with Bobby and have a look at what that looks like. I'm confident that Toby wasn't trying to take Bobby out. You see him steer violently there to the right, and that's to go in that gap that Bobby was creating. So good driving there by Toby to avoid absolute carnage that would have no doubt ensued should that collision have actually happened. That's put him way down than P13 now, which is a shame. He was running so well in this race. Tommy Concrete then still leading the race. Hirokram now, say now, he has been for a lap, right up his chuff. Art Clark up to P3, Richie P4. Shellsock still running a very respectable P5, but he has got Bobby on his tail. And Ella and V-Show, sorry, and hopefully them two can start having a bit of a battle and give Shellshock a little bit of a break. But it's Hirokram then going for the move on Tommy Concrete. Hirokram's going to have to do this a hard way round the outside. Does he get it done? Just about. I need to go back and have a look at this. So obviously gets the slipstream, goes to look down the inside. Tommy's got that one covered. So Hirokram's squeezing him there, so that's basically to make Tommy go as slow into the corner as he needs to. Hirokram then sweeps back round to the outside, takes full advantage of all the speed he can round the corner, gets the move made. Nice work, job done. So that's the lead of the race. Yeah, I thought you did, Toby, mate. You can tell you're going for a gap. That's exactly what I'd have done as well. You avoid, there was a tiny nudge, but it didn't affect Bobby. If you were going to try and yeet him, you'd have gone left, not right. So happy days. I wonder if that's what happened to Don then, but his inputs just look weird. His pedal inputs just looked odd, like on and off braking. So another couple of minutes remaining. I'm sure whether we'll get another. Well, we'll get another lap in after this one. So Hirokram now leading the race. Tommy Concrete P2, and Dark Clark P3. So good result for Citroen so far, because they are occupying 2 of the 3 possible podium spaces. Richie P4, Shellshot P5, Bobby in the other Lexus P6 then. So his teammate now leading the race. Bobby spent most of this race battling away with good old V-Show, and now struggling to get past the Dodge. Fubuki now up to P8 after he's off in the early stages of the race. Got LFC Fan P10, Pickles P11, Infinity Graphics and Toby battling away for P12. Toby recovering, of course, from a little bit of side-to-side contact there, but Toby recovering from that issue he had a lap or so ago. Infinity Graphics going to try and go for the move back. Space given at the apex for both guys, that's nice. But Infinity Graphics not able to get back past the McLaren on that occasion. Go back to this little fight then, because this has been bubbling all race really. This is definitely the last lap now. 8 seconds of the race remain. Can Shellshock hang on to P5? It's going to be quiet for 10 seconds while I drink my tea. So audacious move there by Bobby. I tell you what though, he's hung in there. I thought he was going to be left out to dry there, but no, Bobby's got that move made. Great move by Bobby, gets him up to P5. Shellshock's going to be lucky to not suffer the wrath. He does suffer the wrath of Fisher. And he's going to get knocked down. Can Fubuki get past him as well? Let's have a look at the race leaders though. We'll get the answer to that question and more in just a moment. As we look at Hirokram, takes the win. Takes the sprint race win here at round 3 at Autopolis. Hirokram wins. Tommy Concrete second. Dark Clark last step of the podium. Richie in P4. Bobby P5 with that last lap overtake there at the hairpin. V-Show 6th. Fubuki did get 7th in the end. Shellshock 8th. Not happy with that, I don't think. Then P1 Don 9th. LFC Fan in 10th. Pickles is going to get 11th. Toby 12th. And I don't know what's happening with these two. I have no idea. Dave's he's drifting. He likes to do this. He's drifting his way around. This is Dave. But yeah, Infinite Graphics is going to come home in P40. Right, so that's that one then. Race 1. Oh wait, messed that up, Hannah. Give me a sec. There we go, it's better. Lex's team making all the outside overtakes. Mate, it was good that. I mean, you can't, the camber or topless kind of helps, but that's off, isn't it? Opposite camber with the hairpin, because you have to really hook that curve up, don't you? Turn 1, I know it banks in. Right, let me get the feature race loading. It's in here somewhere, I spotted it a second ago. Oh, excuse me. Sprint feature. Thanks to Fubuki for sharing all the stuff, by the way. Alright, I'm loading the race now. So the next one then is the feature race. This is where strategy comes into it a little bit. So drivers will have to either start on the soft or the medium tyre, one of the two. At some point in the race they've got to stop to change the tyres. They've got to run at least 3 laps on those tyres. They'll probably need fuel as well. So. Alright, it's loaded, so we can get our way over to the track then. It's brightened up a little bit here at Autopolis, so we've got some nicer weather. So here we go. Feature race then, 40 minutes. Let's have a little bit of a look at all the drivers' starting tyres. So don't forget, the grid here is set by the results from the sprint race, so no big surprises. We've got Hirokram. Most drivers will start on the mediums, they usually do. So Hirokram mediums. Tommy Concrete mediums, Dark Clark mediums, Richie mediums, Bobby mediums, V-Show mediums. They're all on the medium. Every single one of them is on the medium tyre. I wonder if they could mandate a rule change for the next one, which will be on GT7. So it might not matter anyway, because we might be able to have like variable weather and stuff. But where 50% of your races you have to start on the soft. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm thinking out loud. Yes, this one's going to be a little bit more interesting, ladies and gents. There's a little bit more to this one. Fuel saving will save you time in the pits. Managing your tyres well will mean you can basically work your strategy better. Watch out for team games coming in as well. So the two Subarus will try and work together. The two Citroens will try and work together. Bobby's going to need to try and get himself up there. To help Hirokram, because the Citroens can usually execute the strategies really well. As we saw in Interlagos, the strategies the Citroens pulled out of the hat were fantastic, and that basically gave them Well, gave them the result really. So let's have a look at this one then. Lights out, away we go. It's Tommy Concrete with the start though. The Lexus bogged down like an absolute boat. And the two Citroens are going to be ahead then going into turn 1. We've got 3 wide down at turn 1 as Huracan tries to keep his dignity. We've got some argy-bargy going on in the middle of the pack though. And it's Dark Clark leading away from Huracan. Oh, there is a... Oh, Dark Clark's off. Clark's gone to the beach. Gone forward with Huracan. We get a good view of it. Whether that was lag or not, because I did see a little bit of a lag spike. Braking. I don't know. I don't know if that is lag or not. I'm not sure. But either way, Dark Clark coming pretty much right at the back of the grid. It's Richie that's won out of this one then. Richie's P3, Fabuki's 4th, Shell Shock at P5, Bobby P6, but not for long then as P1 Don sends one down the inside. Can P1 Don get that move finished off? He's going to have the inside line for the hairpin. But Alexis is fast enough to hold its own, but P1 Don nice and confident on the brakes. Bobby's held it round the outside. That's Totoro's getting involved as well. Good defensive driving there by Bobby. Don is still alongside him. Still there. He's still there, he's P1 Don. He's not giving this one up. Don tries to sweep around the outside now. This is great racing from these two. Really good to watch. Plenty of respect given so far between these two. They're still side by side. They're still side by side. They're not. They're literally neck and neck. And this is holding up everyone else behind them, of course. You see everyone else now behind bunching up. Because while ever these two are side by side, they're not going through the corner at optimum speed. But finally, P1 Don manages to get ahead of Bobby. This is going to open up a bit of a can of worms now, though, as all the other cars behind him all bunched up. And in fact, it is Dark Clark right at the back. We've got Toby there going for a move. Oh, that was a bit... Chase got a nice switch back there by Toby. Just late braking, isn't it? Late braking to make the corner. Pickles has lost out unfortunately on that one. It's Infinity Graphics who's won though. He's able to sweep through. LFC fan dropped behind the Porsche. The Mercedes then down to P13. The other Mercedes of course not able to make it this week. Dark Clark just starting to catch up. So his teammate though, other end of the field, Tommy Concrete, trying to break away a little bit from Huracan, which is trying to catch up to the both of them. Make it so one driver from each team has to start on each tyre compound. Yeah, I like that. That could work. We'll have to see what GT7 brings though. You know what I mean? It's a new game basically, so I suppose they're just waiting to see what you can do on the game. Very strange on my screen, looks even weirder than I've seen it back. I've seen it back down, that was already offline. On my screen, which basically plays it from Fabuki's connection, I see a bit of lag. But there was contact, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm here to commentate, not weigh in on it. Unless something's blatant, like you blatantly just speared the dude off the track and laughed as you drove past, then yeah, I will concede, but that's not the case, I think. So as is the way with the feature race, we're starting to settle into a little bit of a rhythm, which is what the boys tend to do. So they're all wanting to execute their own strategies. they'll all be trying to take this fuel lot as long as they need it, save as much as they can along the way. I'd love to say Fubuki would be quite happy in the slipstream here of Richie, but I know Fubuki and he's never happy being behind anyone else. Nice little bunch up here between Don, Bobby, Visho, and that's Total Rose's car. Also got Toby getting involved in this one as well. Nice little 5-car battle then for P6. At the head of it, the Chevrolet of P1 Don, the man from Potato Land, and then it's Bobby, man with the giant fingers, Risho, the 2-year-old. Total Rose, the absolute legend. I don't know much about Toby. But you couldn't have a more contrasting group of people as well. What I was trying to get at. Yeah, sorry Toby, I don't know much about you, dude, but you know, I suppose that's what we're here to do. We're here to learn now. It's the top, I'd say the top 5, just starting to break out into their own pattern, I suppose. Do their own thing. What at this stage they need to do? Now they're running the 44s last race and low 45s at mid. They're in the mid 45s now, so they're not pushing it as hard. They're probably doing a bit of short shifting, probably a little bit of lifting and coasting just to save tyres and stuff. But yeah, it's not full on. Darklight then tries to make the move on Infinity Graphics, but Infinity Graphics hanging it around the outside then in the Porsche. The outside, not the ideal line into this corner, but Dave's going to carry his speed through there anyway. Very nicely done. And Darklight has to back out of it and think of another way past the Porsche. It's not the easiest car in the world to overtake, that Porsche. It does get up to speed quite nicely. It's just a bit of a pig. You have to wrestle it a little bit, unfortunately, as Darklight then tries to sweep round the outside. He's able to get ahead into the hairpin, yet that's pretty much job done. What a late move there from LFC fan. Let's go back and have a look at this one. So LFC fan, of course, running last at the moment, trying to get past the Mercedes of Pickles. Just to get one thrown up the inside. So far so good. So yeah, rhythm's starting to be established. Fubuki's still behind Richie. Of course he'll be short shifting to high heaven. Connor Bingham, not sure that means you push the button on. Yeah, well, this is the thing, Con. I mean, we've got stewards in this league, so the stewards will investigate it if necessary, but you know, when you've got how many people, 14 people connected through individual connections. GT Sports servers aren't the best. Stuff can happen, netcode and shit. So let the stewards do the job. If they deem it necessary, a penalty can be applied and go about our business as normal. So Risho then looking to Bobby under some pressure. Certainly getting some pressure from Total Rose, who's looking to make amends for last time out earlier on in the day. Toby though, Toby will be looking for a gap. So if you're Toby in this situation, you're looking at all these cars fighting, thinking, right, I need to just make this McLaren. I need to make a McLaren-sized hole somewhere. Kind of hope that these guys trip each other up. As Total Rose looks like he might do there. Toby's going to have a good run here. Unfortunately, that's going to put him just a bit too far away from the V-Show fight. But the McLaren makes short work there of the Chevrolet with dirty tyres on it. Toby then will get chasing after the Subaru and the Lexus up ahead. Yeah, and that's fair enough, Mark. Mark, I've commentated on you enough to know you're not doing it. I know that. I wouldn't be so nice to you if you moved. And me being nice is not calling you the C word on stream. That's, you know, everything's got balance to it. Shell shock now starting to drop away from the top 4. Now coming under pressure from Don. Shell shock, of course, defends this position. Actually lets him go. On the brakes really early there, Shell shock. Lets him go. Bobby will have seen that. Hopes that Shell shock will also let him go. Shell shock playing the team game then. We'll probably try and hold this pack up a little bit to give Total Rose the opportunity to make some positions up. We've got Dark Clark up to P11 now, starting to rejoin the pack. Dark Clark's putting in some pretty decent lap times. Of course, may have been burning through a little bit more fuel than he wanted to make it happen, but either way. Oh, and then we've got a good little fight here between Pickles. Well, this again, all sorts of scrappy. Going on here. Enjoying LFC fans POV. Gets his drift and move on. Oh, Dave gets that's probably why it looks so bad when I flicked to it, because Infinity Graphics was on the grass. There's a bit of contact there, but everyone survives, so we're good. So LFC up to 13th. Pickles then 12 now. There's quite a gap between this little group here. I just love Dave. He's just okay. He's great. He's just I'll just go over the grass. Don't man. And drifts here around. Oh, Dave, never change. Oh, so Fabuki's got past Richie. When did this happen? So it's going to be a send down at the hairpin. Gets it stopped. Nice move for Fabuki. Richie then has to concede that one. Now he can tuck himself up behind the Chevrolet and do some fuel saving. Would certainly make up for it. Shell shock after getting passed by Don hasn't really fallen back. He's kept in touch. Unfortunately, this chasing pack is an ever-present threat. Bobby in that, got Toby, B-Shell and Total Rose still in it, and Dark Clark now. It'll be interesting to see what Dark Clark does when he gets back up to this, because obviously his teammates right away at the front, so he hasn't got anyone he can use for backup or anything of that ilk. 11 minutes in now, we have just seen the first of the pit stops, I think, haven't we? Dark Clark's come in, so an early stop for the Citroen. So again, don't forget, he was just approaching that traffic. So is this may be tactical because he feels he may get slowed up. He likes to run in clean air. So yeah, he's going to put some fuel in. Half an hour on a set of softs. I wouldn't like to be those tyres at the end. Stranger things have happened. I don't know how long the pit stops take here. So it might well be a 2-stop he's looking at. Could be the aim. This little fight then. This is the fight that Dark Clark was bringing his way up to. Helped out of that one as soon as he could see that no one was able to overtake anyone else. He would have just been stuck in this train, and they're all doing 46s, 47s. If you can get on a set of clean softs, free air, and start pummeling in 44s, 45s, it might just make the 2-stop. It might just make it a possible strategy that he can use. Tommy Concrete and Herrickman, we've not spoken about these boys in a while because unfortunately they've been right at the front doing their thing. It's not really been too eventful, but they've just been pumping in the times. Tommy's not got away from Herrickman. Herrickman's not caught Tommy. They've kept that gap pretty consistent over the past couple of laps. And I'd imagine these boys will just try and stretch this into a 1-stop. We might not see them pit for a little while yet. Fabuki then, who's now been freed up. Fabuki does like an alternative strategy. He is a fan of that. Let's see what he does. But he's setting fastest lap time so far. Sectors at least anyway. Although he's only set to one, so we can't be too much inside. It's one corner for God's sake. Shell still holding off the Bobby. Look at this little gaggle of cars that are forming behind Shell Shock then. Oh, he just made it an issue with his gears then. Just about got that one stopped. Can he fight that? This is good defensive driving. I remember watching this on my stream. I called him the American Minister of Defence. He's doing a grand job to hold this pack off now. Toby's then just trying to take advantage then as he gets through past V-Show. That McLaren never looks like it just wants to sit. It's like a happy dog wagging its tail all the time, that thing. Total Rose now firmly in the pack. Very much in a position to take advantage of someone. You can see the alternative lines being taken here. This is Toby trying to throw around the outside of Bobby. Successfully on that occasion. Bobby's going to just grab the slipstream then. As we can see V-Show's taking the opportunity to also grab a slipstream. Total Rose then's going to go for a move on Toby. Oh, the Dodge. Oh, the Dodge has got his braking a little bit wrong. That's given Toby his advantage back. Can Shell Shock still hold Bobby off? For the time being, he can. This could be curtains for the American though, as Bobby does sweep through. Toby also manages to get his way through, but he's not fully passed yet though, and I imagine Shell Shock will try and fight this one down the inside. That he does indeed. But for the time being, no room for V-Show to get past, so V-Show's going to have a go at the Dodge next, and seems to just be suffering a little bit. It's an American car, it doesn't like corners. Even with its race tune on, and his teammate Total Rose is now coming up to the back of him as well. And the leaders have stretched that much of an advantage though. Cherokee does look a little bit closer to Tommy Concrete now. Tommy making a mistake that lap, so it's been setting 45.8. This is a 46.1, yeah, so he's lost 3 temps somewhere that lap. Admittedly, Hirapon's lost a couple of temps as well, so neither of them's perfect. Fabuki does pit then. 16-minute mark, just about on the edge of a one-stop race for those boys now. It's not fuel, it's the issue, it's tyres for these chaps. Just scrolling back through, seeing what's happening. And so Pickles, Peter, LFC fan 11, Fabuki then on clean soft tyres now. And does come out ahead of Dark Clark. Dark Clark though set the fastest lap of the race of 44.2, so he's really been hammering this car since he's come out of the pits. His pit-in lap was a 2:10. The normals are a 1:45, so it's a decent, it's 25 seconds for a pit stop. Kind of makes the 2-stop null and void unless you just don't lose loads of time in traffic. Down. Oh, is this where his wheel went? Yeah, his wheel just stops working. And off he goes. It disconnects him from the game. And unfortunately, that's game over for Shell Shock. He can probably reconnect his wheel, as he has done. It's going to be bad news for him as he rejoins. He'll rejoin in 13th place with a damaged car. Obviously now worries that his tyres are just going to go again. So Dark Clark's not too far away from catching the group ahead. So Fubuki also in this predicament. As Tommy Concrete now pits, pits from P2. So he's pulling the trigger on the undercut. So Hirocom assumes the lead. So whether it's the Lexus team or do whatever Tommy doesn't, that may have been the instruction from the pit wall there as Richie goes through to claim second, Don third. Tommy's team may have just seen a gap we can get him into then. So this gap behind Total Rose, if they can get him out ahead of Pickles, which it looks like they might just be able to do. Yeah, that was great execution there by the Citroen team. Just out ahead of Fat Pickles Bro. So now he's got a little bit of a gap ahead of him. And by the time he catches these chaps, I imagine they would be looking at a pit stop anyway. So it kind of clears the path for Tommy Concrete. Hirocom needs to have a good in lap if he's going to pit now. Or you could fall foul to the thing that the Citroen team were so desperately looking like they wanted to avoid. I think that is going to trigger off potentially a lot of pit stops now. And as Toby makes his way past Bobby at the hairpin, Bobby with the cutback. Good move there by Bobby, but they're going to be side by side, and Toby's going to have the inside line coming into the sweeping right-hander. Toby does manage to get that move finished off after a little bit of an argument there with Bobby. Total Rose now ahead of V-Show. Tommy Concrete then after his pit stop. So yeah, I'd imagine from here you can do. He's definitely just going for the one stop. Dark Clark might be trying the same thing, you know. Although he pitted really early. So he's now right at the back of LFC fan. So this is not what Dark Clark wants. LFC fan doesn't put up a fight against him. They're technically not in the same race at the moment. LFC fan deals into the pits. Him, notably, didn't pit that long. So he's putting his cards on the table. He wants the fresher tyres at the end of the race. That's what he wants. Got to bank a little bit then on Tommy Concrete, potentially getting caught in a little bit of traffic along the way. The Citroen was losing pace at the end of the stint. Looked like he was washing his tyres. Yeah, I did think he's on the verge, isn't it? Really, what you'd want to run a set of softs on. Look at a set of mediums. These mediums on V-Show's car, hopefully the quality is enough to see. This is the Subaru, which has got quite balanced tyre wear. That's most cars with the mediums chewed them a little bit, to be fair. They have been on them 21 minutes now. So here it comes, tyres in decent shape. He's doing the same lap times really on lap 11 that he was doing on lap 5 and 6, so no desperate need for him to pit, but he's going to go onto the soft tyre. So where's this gonna get him out? Because the gap that Tommy Concrete went in has gone. They've closed up a little bit now, unless a lot of other cars pit this lap. Could cause problems for him. Toby's going to go through, potentially be a bit of an issue for Hirocom that. And this is where we want to watch. So Tommy Concrete, where does he come out? There's Hirocom. So Tommy Concrete does get the undercut. I say the undercut, he resumes the race lead. Hirocom's going to have fresher tyres at the end now, and Hirocom's just said in chat he was munching his tyres towards the end of the stint. So if you're Hirocom, just got to bide your time. Fubuki then near the back of the field. And he stops quite early compared to these two. It's given him the track position. So it's a net third for Fubuki at the moment. Dark Clark, he's 6 for him, but there's a question mark over whether he's going to have to pit again. Yeah, it just depends how bad his tyres get towards the end of the stint, I suppose. I'd probably expect Don and Toby in this lap or next. Rose has jumped Bobby in the pit stops. And Bobby's put more fuel in than any of them, so Bobby wants to push this stint on the softs. So he's put a bit more fuel in that car. Means he can rev it a little bit more. Oh, and hopefully not do that too often, as V-Show's going to try and punish him for that. And yeah, we do see P1 Don in the pits. Fastest lap of the race now belongs to Fubuki at 44.204. Decent like that. Fubuki is now on a charge. The problem Fubuki's going to have is in about another 10 minutes that tyres is just going to be cooked. Same for Dark Clark, although more like 5 minutes for him, I think. The Citroen team will be looking at what the other drivers are doing in terms of strategy. If Dark Clark were to pit now, you could argue he'd come out. He'd be lucky to come out where these boys are. Potentially behind them. And that would be a bit of a nightmarish scenario. Even though all these guys would have shot tyres towards the end, it's your track position here is a little bit more valuable than that. So if I'm Citroen Race Engineering, I'd be just nurse the tyres and try and get yourself to the end of the race. You've got 15 minutes to survive on them. You can do it. The story is whether he starts getting caught up by Richie, Don and Toby. The gap isn't massive between these. A couple of seconds then between Richie and Dark Clark. Richie's got really fresh tyres and can really afford to push them quite hard. Don not far back. Toby, a bit more of a challenge for Toby to catch him, but nothing's impossible. We've seen what he can do. Bobby and V-Show have been locked in this battle the entire race. Pretty much inseparable, these two. I tell you what you want about Bobby hanging around with kids, but you basically. Shot credit to you, bud. Still going around after that issue you had. A lot of people would have just given up at that point. Battle for the lead then. Heracraft now takes the fastest lap. First person I've seen today in the 43s with a 43.890. Compared to the 44.2 set by Tommy Concrete on the same lap. The Citroen really starting to feel the pressure now. Maybe a mistake was made, but it was his fastest lap of the race. So you do believe that to be the genuine pace of that Citroen. And here it comes, just starting to wind it in a little bit, just turn the screw a little. Let him know he is there, he means business. The drivers do have a little graphic on the screen which says who holds the fastest lap. Tommy will have seen that change to him. Is this where the movie is made then? Doesn't look like Hirakam's got enough slipstream. He pokes his nose out, but he's not close enough realistically right now. Just closing a little bit under braking. For the time being, Tommy Concrete does live to spend lap 16 at least in P1. Fabuki P3. Really nice consistent times by Fabuki there. Just doing what he needs to do. Dark Clark v Richie is something that could heat up in the last 10 minutes. Depends how. So Richie's in the 44.7s. He's gaining. He's not gaining fast enough, but he's gaining. Is what we're saying. Elsewhere, it's just these two again. The kids. It's the kids that are having a fight. That's not going to help you, V-Show. That's not going to help you, my friend. Jump aboard Hirochrome again. With his knowledge then that the Citroens were starting to chew the tyres at the end. Yeah, you can tell, bloody hell. They just washed out wide, that thing. Nice tight corner here. You can just see how much more speed the Lexus has got through the corners than the Citroen. Of course, on the straight, the tyre wear doesn't really count for too much. Tommy's going to move over here to try and break the slipstream. We might see him jink defensive in a moment, but Hirochrome realistically isn't close enough just yet. You can see he's not really launching it for that move either. As it stands, Tom is able to withstand this because Hirochrome is not really genuinely going for anything at the moment. He's more just trying to pull the Citroen driver off of it. Fill his mirrors up. If the opportunity arrives, he will take it, but at the minute it's just trying to force the Citroen driver into scrubbing his tyres and making a mistake. Or he can get him to worry about his entries and his exits. Better it's going to do for him in terms of looking at, just look at the Lexus, it's all over it, mid-corner. Looks like he might be close enough for a move down here. Is Hirochrome thinking of it? Is he going to go for around the outside move? He sweeps wide. Is he going to go for the cutback? He's looking at it. Tommy managed to get the Citroen nice and under control for the corner exit though, so no room at the end today. Tommy for the time being survives. He's got about 10 minutes of this one remaining. Not long at all. We'll have a flick through the pack in just a moment. I just want to see if this lead changes hands, because I'll be honest, it looks like it might happen at any moment. Did get a good exit at that time. Hirochrome. Is he going to try and squeeze on around the outside? No. Is he going to go for the cutback? No. He is not. It's hard to tear myself away from this battle. I really want to go and look through the rest of the field, but well, these keep fighting. The less I really can do that. We might have a flick back, and if there is an overtake, we'll come back and review it. Let's just watch this bit. Let's just watch the hairpin first, and then we'll see. Still not able to get the move made here, is it? Right, let's scroll through anyway. So Fabuki, P3, and I'm not saying he's catching these guys, but now he's doing the same sort of times as those boys are. Dark Clark visibly losing time to Richie now. Richie is starting to just turn the screw again to mid 44s now for Richie. He's really reeling it in. P1 Don, P6 at the moment, 44.5 latest lap for him, so he's really got his tyres into a working window. Toby, P7 for Toby, kind of on his own, chasing down P1 Don. So they're doing the times to do that, so Toby will be watching the times for you got Total Rose P8 Bobby and V-Show still. Can Richie catch Dark Clark? We've got 7 minutes. I think he can do it. Looking at the time. Are you Tommy Concrete, Connor? Because I've been wondering if this mystery alien is that coming in. You're losing tyres big time though, aren't you? You're braking and you're turning and everything else. You're on controller, that's pretty damn impressive, dude, if you're on controller. I know just how quick this Huracan lad is as well, so. So the change of lead potentially is imminent. The Citroen team again always do like to roll the dice on a strategy call, which I like to see. Paid off for them nicely at Interlagos. Here are topless. Probably just a little bit too early, but you know, different tracks, different cars, different dynamics. I remember racing in the Lexus. The Lexus does quite like it here. It just feels balanced. I'm going to try and sweep round the outside. Is he going to go for one of his patented round the outside slim shady moves? The trailer park girls do not go around the outside today, but they might get the cutback. No, here it comes, goes on the curb, just unbalances the car a little bit, just as I was talking about car balance. He proves me wrong. Gets it all a little bit wrong on the exit of turn 1. The gap between Dark Clark and Richie. We saw this exact shot a lap or two ago. Richie was not in the frame. He's now very much in the frame. He's pretty much there. I feel it's only a matter of time before that move gets attempted. Bobby and V-Show still having their little love-in. I swear there's something going on with them too, because we need to have a look at this. How was the run up to this? Yeah, his tyres, look at that. Tommy Concrete has to go to the inside then to defend it, but here because he's got fresh tyres, can just sweep it around. Gets that move made around the outside, so a nice move there by Huracan. Takes the lead of the race away from Tommy Concrete. Tommy has got Fubuki chasing down, but they're both on equally knackered tyres, so I should imagine Tommy's got P2 on lockdown here. He didn't make life easy for Huracan. Next story, Richie v Dark Clark. These two, I think we're about to see Richie make that leap of faith for P4. Don and Toby. Toby's been catching Don for a couple of laps. Bit of a mixed evening as the McLaren driver, but he's good overspeed here on the Chevrolet. Thought about it, backed out, then went for it again. P1 Don, wise to it. At least for the time being, stays ahead of the McLaren. But the McLaren certainly showing its pace at this stage in the race as V-Show goes for the move on Bobby at last. It's only took your race. Bobby just tries to outbrake him. So he's down the outside. Go on, Bobby. Oh, V-Show now. Nearly. Oh, Toby's got past. Don. When did that happen? No, what? We'll do it the old-fashioned way. So we're watching a replay, technically, of Toby getting past P1 Don. He's just going to throw it the inside here. Oh wait, no. Well. Oh, Don goes deep. Deep, man. An easy pass in the end, in fairness, for Toby. He now leaps himself up to P6. His teammate not having as good of a night. He's P11, his LFC fan. Having a bit more of a challenging night. Someone who's not having a challenging night, Hirakram, in his quest for glory. And obviously the glory of Lexus. Citroen's still due to pick up quite good points. Watch this actually. So yeah, the Citroen is due to pick up quite good points because at the minute they're occupying P2 and P4. I do get a feeling it's soon to be P5. Because Richie, at least, just has Dark Clark's number. Dark Clark, one of the first cars to pit. Don't forget. Rear tyres on that Citroen are shot to bits. Trying to get this car out of corners, not going to be the easiest thing in the world. And the rear's not going to have as much mid-corner grip. The mechanical grip of the car is just kind of gone. You've got to wrestle the thing round. So, into lap 22 then, Richie v Dark Clark. Is Richie going to try and sweep one around the outside? No room at the inn, unfortunately, at the time being. Clark successfully enough defends it. Richie's going to go for the move down the inside. Backs out of it though, not close enough at that time being. Again, just doing what Hirakram did before, just trying to fill his mirrors by looks. Things genuinely looks to be going for the moves this time. And whether that was Dark Clark that just got it a bit wrong there, or Richie just tucked it up the inside, but either way, Richie's through. And Dark Clark then P5. Can he stay ahead of Toby? He should be able to. We've got a minute 40 left of the race. V-Show back behind Bobby. What else we got going on? Fabuki v Tommy Concrete. Fabuki has been catching him. It would be unfair to Fabuki to say that he hasn't been, but has Fabuki got enough time left in the race to really do anything about it? It's one thing getting up to the rear wing of a car, it's another to pass it. Tommy's not going to make that an easy job. Is it last lap now for these boys? It is last lap for these. As Hirakram then gets a lap on Infinity Dave. Should see most, if not all, drivers get through to this final lap. Shell Shock might be the only driver. Yeah, Shell Shock might be the only driver that doesn't get the 23rd lap. Oh, Shell Shock and Infinity Graphics. My apologies. Spotting in battle, so we've got Dark Clark then v Toby. Richie just ahead of them, of course. Toby going to try and pick up a point here against Citroen. But he's going to try. He's got much better conditioned tyres. Flick back up in a moment to watch Hirakram cross the line. So Hirakram then with pretty much a clean sweep. Pretty much out of fuel as well. He took the sprint race, he took the main race, he took the fastest laps on both. Hirakram the king of our top list with Tommy Concrete P2. Fabuki does keep third in the end. Richie in P4. Good race for Richie. He'll be happy with this one. And Dark Clark just survives Toby's onslaught towards the end. P1 Don P7. Slams it into the wall for good measure. Total Rose P8. P9 is going to be Bobby. P10 is V-Show. LFC Fan in 11th place. Pickles 12th. Shell Shock 13th. And Infinity Graphics already finished the race. P13. So that's your race, ladies and gents. That's it. Good races. So here's a bit of a summary then as to what that all means. Can I zoom this in? Give me a sec. I can't zoom it in, can I? Do that. So League One's results then confirmed on screen for you. This is just the week 3 standings. What that means in the overall. I'm going to zoom this back out. This is what I don't, because of this thing here, and I can't resize it. Let me zoom that back out again. There we go. So, Heracram leads the championship then by 2 points. So I'm just trying to make sense of the spreadsheet. Fabuki then third, 27 points. A fair old gap back to Dark Clark, 18 points for him. Then we've got 3 drivers on 17 points. That's Toby, Don and Bobby. Richie in 8th, V-Show in 9th, and Total Rose rounding out your top 10. In the Manufacturers' Championship, just 1 point then between Lexus and Citroen, with a 20-point gap back to the next contestant, which is Chevrolet, who also hold a commanding lead over Subaru, McLaren, Dodge, Mercedes and Porsche now, which was the Ferrari race. So that's your racing tonight. No worries, mate. Cheers, mate. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you staying the course as well. Points are a couple of columns across. Yeah, there, right. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is like average points per round then, I'm assuming.
Asana organises work so teams know what to do and how to get it done. Turn distraction into action with Asana.
Get off me adverts. Right, so these are your total points. I will work this spreadsheet out one day. I will get there. Cheers, thanks, mate. Right, so what we got up next week then? We've got Tokyo Expressway South Inner Loop. Oh no, we got we've got Nürburgring. We've got Nords. We've got Nords Life next week. That's gonna be beefy. In Group 4. Oh, I know a few drivers that like that track. One of them's your teammate here. He'll like it then. Turn the PS4 off. Don't need it anymore. Yeah, so join us for that one. If I can do live comms, I will. If I can't, then I'll do this again. Really doesn't matter to me what I do. I don't really care. I'm available for either, so I am at James and Dave's mercy on that one. Lovely, right, so thanks for tuning in. If you have, appreciate it. I'm going to go and get to bed. It's late for me. Thanks for tuning in if you have. Really appreciate you stopping by. If you're watching this on repeat, if you're watching this like the day after, say hello, drop a comment, drop a like on it, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. I'll see you next week at Nürburgring.